In the last class, we discussed regression analysis and we learned these formulas and also we solved this question. Okay. And there is one more method to find a regression analysis. Sometimes we cannot use this formula because the question may be given in a different pattern. If the question is given like this, then definitely you can use this formula and find a regression equations. But sometimes the question is given differently. Without giving these x and y variables, the question may consist of some other details. In such a situation, you have to use an alternative method or different method for regression analysis. Okay, now we are discussing that method here. That means there is one more method to find a regression equation. See this regression analysis. Regression line of x1 y can be calculated by this formula also. X minus x mean, x bar means x mean, is equal to bxy into y minus y mean. Okay, and this this mean x bar is x mean, the mean of x, and y mean means mean of y. This bxy, it is calculated by using another formula, which is r into sigma x divided by sigma y. This sigma symbol denotes a standard deviation. I think you remember that it is standard deviation. So r into standard deviation of x divided by standard deviation of y. Okay, this r indicate a correlation and sigma x indicate a standard deviation of x and sigma y indicates standard deviation of y. SD means standard deviation of y. Okay, this is for regression line of x on y. And for regression line of y on x, we use this formula. Y minus y mean is equal to byx into x minus x mean. Okay, and this byx is calculated by using this formula r into sigma y divided by sigma x. Here bxy is calculated by r into sigma x divided by sigma y, isn't it? Byx is calculated by using this formula r into sigma y divided by sigma x. Okay, so this is the alternative formula to find a regression analysis, and we calculate here regression equation on the basis of mean, standard deviation and correlation. Okay, when such items are only given in the question, then you can find a regression equation by using this formula. Okay, and if the question is given like this, x and y variables are given to you, then you can definitely use the first formula. Okay, and instead of giving this, if standard deviation, mean and correlation are given in the question, then you have to use the second formula. Okay, and one more thing is that you can use the second formula in this type of question also. We had learned how to find a mean, standard deviation and correlation in our previous sessions, isn't it? You can easily find out the mean of x, mean of y, then correlation, then standard deviation. Then you can use such a information in the second formula also. Okay, so it is advisable to use the first group of formula when the data is given like this x and y variables to you, and if the question is given in a different manner, that means, for example, here is a question, you are given the following. It's a question, two columns are there, advertisement and sales. Mean of advertisement is 10, mean of sales is 90. Okay, then standard deviation of SD, standard deviation of advertisement is 3, then standard deviation of sales is 12. Correlation coefficient is given. Okay, so the mean, standard deviation, correlation, these details are given instead of this x and y variables. Okay, in such a situation, definitely you can solve the question by using this formula. Okay, here because we use the mean, correlation and standard deviation for finding out a regression equation. Okay. Now I explain this question to find a regression equations. Okay. What are the items given in the question? You are given the following: mean and standard deviation of advertisement and sales are given to you. Then correlation coefficient is also given. Two further questions are there. Find sales when advertisement is 15. Then find advertisement when sales is 120. That means by giving advertisement, you are asked to find sales. Then by giving sales, you are asked to find advertisement. Okay, we already studied that regression analysis used to find the value of one variable with the help of another variable. Okay, in such a situation we use regression analysis. Okay, now we are solving the question. We are solving this question. For this purpose, at first we have to consider the advertisement as X variable and the sales as Y variable. Okay, here you can consider this sales as X and advertisement as Y. There is no issue. Here I am considering this advertisement as X variable and sales as Y variable. So the mean of advertisement is considered as mean of X. Then mean of sales is considered as mean of Y. Okay. There, similarly, the standard deviation of advertisement is taken as standard deviation of X, and sales of standard deviation of sales is taken as standard deviation of Y. Correlation is common to both these variables. It is given as 0.8, and two separate questions also given. Now I write these things here. See, mean of X which is 10, mean of X which is 10, we consider advertisement as X. Okay, so it's a mean which is 10. So mean of X is 10. Similarly, mean of Y is 90, and standard deviation of X is 3, and standard deviation of Y is 12. Correlation is given which is 0.8. Okay, this is by considering the advertisement as X and the sales as Y. Okay, so all the information required to solve the question is here: mean of X, mean of Y, standard deviation of X, standard deviation of Y, and correlation. Okay, now we solve the question with the help of this by using the formula. Okay, I explain this in the next video. So listen the next video as continuation of this solution.